When angles have the same measure, they are said to be congruent. Congruent. This is a word that has gotten people in the past. You need to make sure we know it means same size, same shape. Okay? So an angle bisector, a line or a ray or a segment that divides an angle into two congruent angles. So I'm going to go ahead and draw myself an angle. So I'm going to have an angle in here. If I've got an angle bisector, it is going to cut it in half equally. So I'm going to kind of guess right now, get it close. So if I go half of this angle here, be right about there. I would have something that extended out about like that. And what I would do to show that they're congruent is I would put a little arc in there. Similar to when we had an angle bisector on a segment or a midpoint on a segment. If I had a midpoint and I knew they were congruent, I put a little tick mark to show congruence. Here, when I want to show congruence, I'm going to put a little arc right there, and since those arcs are on the different pieces, that tells me the different pieces are congruent. So, let's look down at how to apply this. Ray FG bisects angle EFH. EFH is bisected by FG. What does that mean? I know that this angle EFG and this angle GFH are congruent. Let's talk about what that means. If we have EFG and GFH, EFG, GFH, those are my two congruent pieces. Congruent pieces mean same size, same shape. 5x minus 10 equals 3x plus 25. I can do that because I know they are the same size. So I can say that the two sizes are equal to each other. I'm going to do a little math here. Add 10 and subtract 3x. So, should be finding that x is 17.5. So let's look at the next example, the measure of GFH, GFH, and measure of EFH. Well, notice that's not EFG anymore. These are not congruent pieces. GFH is a part, and EFH is the whole. So how do I get around having one part and one whole? I don't have an easy way to solve for my other part, but here's what we know. We've already been told that it is a bisector, and because it is a bisector, these two pieces are congruent. So if I have part, really I just have two of my part. So I'm going to say 2 times the measure of angle GFH equals my whole, which is the measure of angle EFH. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in my numbers. 2 times 3x plus 20 equals 4x plus 80. To make things simpler, I'm going to divide by 2 first. Make sure you divide everything by 2. We're going to say 3x plus 20 equals 2x plus 40. Going to subtract 2x from both sides. Going to subtract 20 from both sides. I'm going to say that x equals 20. So, hope you've enjoyed angles. Appreciate your time, and you have a good rest of your day.